Well, how in the world did this log cabin or log house get to Sesquicentennial State Park?
Yeah, well, that's a great story. I was going through the files the other day looking through old newspaper articles, and apparently what happened is some city employees were doing some work in the neighborhood. I think they may have gotten a call that the building was falling down and needed to be condemned or something like that, and they looked at it, and at the time it was completely covered with wood siding, and very quickly one of the inspectors realized that this was a log building underneath the siding. And so that got a lot of people in the community interested in saving it. And at the time it was very deteriorated, and we'll look at some pictures that show that deterioration. But it became apparent that one of the only ways to save it was to move it to some place where it could be protected and cared for. So I'm not exactly sure how the Park Service got involved, but my predecessor, Jansen Cox, who was one of the early historians for the Park Service, oversaw the documenting of the building, which he did a great job of taking photographs of it before it was changed, and then taking it apart log by log, moving it to Sesqui, and then reconstructing it log by log. And
when did that happen?
That happened in, I believe it was 1970. They might have started the process in 1969, but I think by 1970 it was done. And the Women's Club of Columbia was also very instrumental in this. And the family that owned it, the Odom family, was also instrumental in getting it preserved.
It must have been a big job to move that whole thing.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, sometimes buildings are moved in one piece, and this is a big building to move like that. I mean, it's 2 stories. They would have had to probably pull down telephone lines and power lines and stuff. So I think the only practical way for them to do it was to take it down, number each log, and reassemble it. So yeah, it was very time consuming, and they brought in help with the labor of doing it.